Right. So this one is this. These are good attempts. I see that you actually broke down the shapes. See that you broke down the shapes. Yeah, this is cool. I'm just curious to see how you're able to use these shapes. So did you try to use these shapes for what you've done here? Stylized. This is stylized. This is blind sketch. Well, this your blind sketch is really, really perfect. Like, are you sure? Are you sure this is are you sure this is a blind sketch? And then this is the symbol on. But it's interesting that they all look the same. You know, it's quite weird that they all look the same because I don't think you'd have the same, like you can possibly get the same type of drawings with all three. They're supposed to be different. So if you're going to use these shapes, okay, I see that you kind of like for the ear, I can see you did something like that here. Yeah, this is a good one. Um, Besides the ear, okay, I see a bow tie here, but this is no. Okay, so besides the ear and the bow tie, okay, that's fine. Let's look at the revised. Okay, this is a revised blind sketch. Okay, yeah, but even at that, for a revised blind sketch, it's still too clean. Like what I see is when I'm looking at the reference, like what I see is a character that is very uh, a character that is very that is aged, and especially his eyes, like the most prominent part of his face that I can see is the tea bag under his eyes. Like that's very, very prominent, and it's gonna be nice to see what possibilities you could have been able to get from that for the tea bag. Yeah, but overall, I think it's a good attempt. It's actually a good attempt. It's a good attempt. But I'd say you should pay attention to for blind sketches, like try to be more loose. I think this is you need to be more loose, as in don't think about it too much. Just have fun with it, and even if the facial features are distorted, it's fine. Just have a lot of fun with it. For the stylized, I'm guessing this is the conscious stylized. Um, I'm just curious to know what features you emphasized on because, like I said, his tea bag and his nose they look like the most accentuated part of his face. So it would have been nice to see what can come out of that. From what you've done, it's not really showing that you ran with that idea. Hi guys. So in the fall of 2025, I got to host an 8-week masterclass titled Ethnic Character Design for Animation, which had a decent number of sign-ups. I got to share a ton of rich information, secrets, industry insights that I used to craft an award-winning character like Noni Eyes of Wakanda. The sessions were archived and compiled into a digestible course. The course will be available for purchase on Gumroad from 26th of February 2026. If you are an intermediate level artist seeking to diversify your portfolio to include culturally grounded characters in animation, then this is for you. Thank you for listening and see you on February 26th. And then I think he has a lot of folds here. Yeah, so that's that for that one. Okay, so I see that you maybe this I think these are probably the blind that's probably the blind drawing. So I like I like this one. I like this one because this is the most loose. Okay, this one and this one, they are very loose. So that's what you want. You want to try to lean in that loose on that in that loose side. Like still keep stay very well with that loose side. I know it may not look appealing to you, but trust me, that's the magic sauce. Like that's what makes your work stand out. I like this one a lot. So you can play with this and come up with something. Even with the way the eyes are asymmetrical, it's still brilliant. Like you can still leave it. It's still brilliant. Remember Rise of TMNT? Sorry, not Rise of TMNT. Teenage Mutant Mayhem. TMNT Mutant Mayhem. Yeah, the characters were like this. So this is a very interesting character already. It's just interesting design already. Then you can give him his folds. Yeah, so try to keep staying in the loose regions. Like just keep it very loose. Same thing too with this one. But I prefer this one. I prefer this one. Yeah, so for this one, I noticed that you didn't really besides okay, I think it's a couple of sketches here that are interesting. So this one, I like what you did here with the forehead. I like this one. I wish you could have made this. Okay, use a symbol here. This symbolic one. But for the where's the subconscious blind sketch? Oh, so this is your blind sketch. See, your blind sketch is not. I don't think you really like. You've not really pushed it very well. Imagine if you could push this head to be very big, because she has a very interesting forehead. Her forehead is big and it has an interesting shape already. So what if you just leaned with that shape but exaggerated it? I don't think her nose is very prominent. Her nose is not so prominent. And then she has a short, she has a, if you look well, she has something like a, this type of cheek and chin, and it's very short. Feels like it's really short. So imagine if you put her lips here and then it looks like she has big eyes. So if you want, you could even exaggerate that eye even more. Please don't forget to be loose. Like take risks. Take risks. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. Take all the risk. The more imperfect your drawing looks, the more rough, not rough, the more the more you challenge yourself shape wise, more you challenge your shape language, the better. So that's the idea basically for all of them. Like just to keep this at the back of your mind. Like this can also pass for a conscious drawing, but where it will not pass for why it won't pass for a blind drawing. Well, it can also pass for a blind drawing, but I think that if you draw your blind drawing with this at the back of your mind, you're exaggerating these components. Your blind drawing will look very different and very interesting, like way more interesting than than this drawing I just did. So I think, actually, I think this one should be here. I think this one should be here. Then if you do a blind drawing, keeping this at the back of your mind, this sketch, make it blind and then just play with it and and see where it leads you. As for the symbols, okay, I see what you did here with this shape. Yeah, this is nice. This is very nice. So that you incorporated that there. I also see that you incorporated this diamond shape here. This is really cool. Yeah. But don't forget what I said about the face and playing more with playing more with the shape language and yes, another thing too is that it looks like her eyes are really far apart. So that's something I didn't pay attention to when doing this one. Her eyes are far apart. So if you want, you can even push the eyes even further apart. Okay, and then this is your line drawing process. Yeah, I mean it still boils down to the aspect of paying attention to. So let me do a quick sketch for you so you see what I mean. Because I can see that you actually did a couple of takes, which is what I'm looking for because I want to see that you actually made that attempt a couple of times. So if I was going to draw this on my own, let me let me cut out the picture so you see my process. So if I was drawing this one, I'm already seeing this shape. This is a blind drawing. Okay. So now so I'm going to polish, not polish, but I'm going to clean this one up, do another pass on it. So you see. So the second pass, I'm going to refine some of these shapes. Still want to keep our eyes as far away from each other as possible. Remember, this is subconscious stuff, so we're not trying to be we're not trying to be correct at all. We're trying to just understand. We're trying to understand what's going on, or we're trying to just be as expressive and careless as possible. Okay, so her chin is here. Can you see how can you see how I'm pushing this thing to the furthest possible length? Like that's why I call this subconscious because my conscious mind will never want to draw like this because it looks very ridiculous. It's like looking at my daughter's sketches. She's like she draws like this, she draws like this, and I feel like I need to even look at her drawings more, like look at how she draws because she has this very childlike way of expressing herself that is charming. If you want, you can tilt this head back up a little. I turn this one off. And she has like a cat type of eye. That's so this is my own blind drawing take.